Hey guys, welcome back, and we're going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to have some mixed problems. This is number 5 since the other video had the first 4. So I'm going to take the derivative of this. It is a chain rule. Why? Because it's a base to a power other than 1. So how does the chain rule work? You do it like a power rule. So it's going to be 4 times the coefficient in the front, so that's 4 times 1 is 4. Recopy the inside, reduce the exponent by 1, times the derivative of the inside. So the derivative of the inside is going to be 3x squared by the power rule minus 4. Now, all you have to do is just clean up this here and this here to give you a nice 12x squared minus 16. X to the third minus 4x to the third. Now, sometimes if you're asked to find where the derivative is equal to 0, then you don't want to clean it up, obviously. But this is our final answer, okay? So, next one. Our question is 1 minus 2 cosine angle plus 2 cosine squared angle. So anytime you have any trig function that is to a power other than 1, I advise you to write it just like this. Okay, so this is my 2 cosine x, and then squared goes on the outside, because you're going to have to use a chain rule there. So the derivative of 1 is 0, okay? Now, negative 2 is stuck to the cosine. It's not a product rule. There's no 2 x's there. So what's the derivative of cosine angle? Negative sine angle times the derivative of the angle. The derivative of 2x is 2. So that's this person right there, okay? So when we come here, what's the derivative of positive 2 cosine x to the second power? It's going to be a chain rule. So you're going to do plus 4, because 2 times 2. Rewrite the inside, which is cosine x. Reduce the exponent by 1 times the derivative of the inside. The derivative of cosine angle is negative sine angle. But don't forget to take the derivative of the angle as well. The derivative of x is just 1. So that's just times 1. So your final is going to be negative 2 times negative is positive 2 times this 2 over here. That's positive 4. So that's positive 4 sine angle plus, or I'm sorry, minus, because of that person right here. So this here would be a minus, and then it's going to be 4 sine x cosine x. Okay? So there's some other things you guys can do here if you remember some double angle identities, like sine 2 angle equals 2 sine angle cosine angle. And then you could sort of like simplify it even more, but this is fine for now. Number 7 is a product rule that has a quotient, okay? You can actually, if you wanted to, distribute this and make it into a trinomial, or to the 4th power quartic, and then times it by this person here, and then whatever you guys want to do there. But I'm just going to keep the first derivative of the second, 2x minus 2, plus keep the second, which is x squared minus 2x plus 3, times the derivative of the first, which is a chain rule. So that's going to be times, sorry, there's no room, times 2, recopy the inside, drop it by 1, times the derivative of the inside, which is 6x to the first. And now you would have to just clean it up. And by cleaning it up, you don't really have to clean this part up, but you should probably do something here. But that's how we do number 7. Number 8, y equals 1 over x plus secant angle. I wrote 1 over x as x to the negative first. So take the derivative is negative 1, x to the negative 2. The derivative of secant angle is secant angle tangent angle, always times the derivative of the angle, which is 16x to the first. So negative 1 over x squared, because the negative 2, and then you have plus 16x, and then secant 8x squared tan 8x squared, and I like to put parentheses around my angles. Okay, so every time you guys are taking derivatives of trig, say the trig name and the angle. At the end, take the derivative of the angle. Here's our final one. So in this case, it's cotangent 2x plus 1 to the 4th power, so you should write it the way I just wrote it here, okay? So derivative, y prime is equal to 4, recopy the inside, drop it by 1, so that's to the 3rd, times the derivative of the inside. What's the derivative of cotangent angle? Cotangent's powerful, so it's going to be negative cosecant squared angle, okay, times the derivative of the angle, which is times 2. So what do we get here? We get 8 cotangent. You could put the 3 back, okay? And I'm sorry, there's a negative here, so I'm going to put the negative in the front. And then I'm going to have cosecant squared 2x plus 1. And that's your final answer for that. Okay, so I hope that was good. Leave a comment if you have any questions.